Hi everyone, this is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is start number one of the 1972 Gaylord Perry Cy Young Awards season, doing his starts only. His first start was against the Milwaukee Brewers at Cleveland Municipal Stadium, and I will be using Super Advanced for this, and I will actually be doing weather effects for the ballpark singles and ballpark home runs. This was played in Cleveland during the day, and so for good needs to be a 1 to 6. Average is 7 to 13, and 14 to 20 is bad. And a 2, so we got good weather in April, so it must have been a nicer early spring day there in Cleveland. So on a good day in April, lefties are 1 to 12 for singles, and righties are 1 to 6. And there will not need to be any second rolls for home runs, because that would be a double. That would be 1 to 20 for both sides. So, all right. Now that we've got this out of the bag, we'll go ahead and do the lineups for you for both teams. Leading off and playing shortstop is Rick Auerbach. Batting second, this for the Brewers, and playing center field, Dave May. Batting third and playing first base, John Briggs. Cleaning up and playing third base, George the Boomer Scott. Batting fifth and playing left field is Joe LaHood. Batting sixth and playing right field is Bill Voss. He would later be traded. Batting seventh and catching is Paul Ratliff. Batting eighth and playing second base is Ron Theobald. And batting ninth and pitching, and I'll show you his pitcher card, is Bill Parsons. All right. So we'll deal with the holds and that. And one thing for while I'm playing Super Advanced, I will roll the D20 with it. If the D20 is not involved in a split chance, that will be the range of the fielder that is needed. And I will actually use the dice that I used for my Mike McCormick replay, which is the original Stratomatic dice. So here we go. Here's Rick Auerbach. And a 4-8 against a righty, 1 to 5 single chance. That's a 16. So that's a ground ball to first. And Chris Chambliss makes the play to retire Auerbach. 1 down. We'll go and give you the Indians defensively. In left field, it is Alex Johnson. And center fielder is Del Unser. Right field is Buddy Bell. At third base is Greg Nettles. At shortstop is Frank Duffy. At second base is Eddie Leone. At first base is Chris Chambliss. Catching is Roy Fossey. And Gaylord Perry on the mound. So 1 away here for the Brewers. Here's Dave May. And 1-7 against the righties. A fly ball to center. And making the play there is Del Unser, 2 down. And there's John Briggs. And after this half inning, I'll make sure I get a score bug for you. Just hold. 5-8. Second base chance. And then we'll use the 7 there for Leone, as a 2 should be able to at least be in range. 2 and a 7 would get to it even if it wasn't holding anybody on. Leone is an E6. Ooh, E6 and a 14. There is no 14, so Leone gets it, makes the play, and retires Briggs. And after a half inning, it's the Brewers nothing, and the Indians are coming to bat. And I'll hit pause here for just a second, and we'll resume after I get the score. Okay, and we're to the bottom of the first, and the lineup facing Bill Parsons leading off and playing center field. Well, let's go through. Del Unser leading off. Then we have Eddie Leone batting second. Alex Johnson playing left, batting third. Greg Nettles cleaning up and playing third. Chris Chambliss batting fifth. Ray Fosse batting sixth. Buddy Bell batting seventh. Frank Duffy batting eighth. And Gaylord Perry batting ninth. All right, and here we go. Del Unser facing Bill Parsons. 6-10. Catcher chance. Oh boy. And the catcher, Ratliff, a 4 and a 2. WG. And Ratliff is an E1. E1 and a 7, no. So WG normal, no runners on base. So that's just a squiver out in front of the plate. And Ratliff, the catcher, throws out. Unser, 1 away. Here's Eddie Leone. 6-8. Second base chance. That is for Theobald. 2, and we know a 7, he'll get to it. And now we have an E10 for Theobald. Oh, rare play. So 2 and a 7. So G2 rare play. That's a 1. G2 rare play. Batter lines a shot, deflects off the pitcher to the fielder, makes the play to first for the out. So we'll call that a 1-4-3 out. 2 down. And here's Alex Johnson. For 6. Popped him up. Shortstop Auerbach calls for it and makes the play, and that will retire the side. After a full inning, it's the Indians nothing and the Brewers nothing. And here's former or future Red Sox George the Boomer Scott. 1-5, struck him out. First strikeout for Perry. 1 down. Here's Joe LaHood. 3-8, popped him up. Second baseman Leone is there. He will make the catch, and that's 2 down. Here's Bill Voss. 2-10. Ground ball to first. Chambliss underhands it to Perry. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Brewers here in the second. We go to the bottom half. Still scoreless. And Nettles, Chambliss, and Fosse do up for the Indians here in the bottom of the second. Okay, and here's a pitch to Nettles. And we'll re-roll. And we'll do it again. So Nettles fighting off some hard pitches. Five, 7, and against the lefty, struck him out. Parsons had to fight for that one. 1 away. And here's Chris Chambliss. 4-5 against the lefty. The shortstop, Auerbach, a 3 and a 3. This will likely get through. And it will. Let's see if there's an error. Power box at E32, and there's usually no 10s. Shortstop, 32. No 10, so base hit for Chambliss. And you see Parsons there is a -1 hold. Ratliff is a +2, so he'd be a +1, and then they're not going to hold him on. He'd be a 1-14 to try to steal, but they won't do that. So not holding on Chambliss. And here's Ray Fosse. 3-5. And that's ripped into center field. Base hit. Rounding second, heading to third is Chambliss. He will make it standing. And the Indians have something cooking here in the second inning. That brings up Buddy Bell. And the Brewers will play the infield back, hoping for double play ball. 3-8, 1-6 single. Line drive right to the third baseman. And George Scott plucks it out of midair. 2 down. And here's Frank Duffy. 2 down. First and third. Oh, I forgot to... Forgive me, I forgot to roll the Havoc roll. Nope, not there. And we'll do it again. And 1-7. That ball's ripped and one hops the wall. In to score from third is Chambliss. And heading to third is Fosse. You wonder, with first base not open, you pitch to Duffy hoping to get the final out, but does not prove fruitful as the Indians take a 1-0 lead. Here's Perry using pitcher hitting card number 2. Both starting pitchers will use pitcher hitting card number 2. And here's the pitch to Perry. 3-7, ground ball to second. And that will retire the side. But the Indians do get a run. That's just actually the output that they got in the real game. They lost 5-1. And after 2 complete, it's the Indians 1 and the Brewers 0. Bottom third of the order due up for the Brewers. Ratliff, Theobald, and Parsons. And here's Ratliff. Not a very good catcher, or at least hitting catcher. 5-8. Second base chance. Ooh, a little tougher play for Leone. 2 and a 3. He'll get to it. E6 for Leone. And, well, let's see what this G3 rare play is. That hits the mound, deflects. So this one does not hit the pitcher, just goes off the mound. And since there's nobody on, nobody advances. So, and out for Ratliff, here's Theobald. Six, 5. Struck him out. Second strikeout for Perry. And here's Bill Parsons. 6-9. And that's to the shortstop. Duffy, a 3 and a 16. That will be a G1. Duffy is an E18. And a 6. There's a 15 through 18, but there is no 6. And so Duffy will make the play, and that retires the side. So through 2.5, it's the Indians 1, the Brewers nothing. Parsons will face the top of the order. Unser, Leone, and Johnson. And here's Unser. And we'll do that again. Timeout. Okay, and we're back. And here's Unser. 1-4 against the righties. A fly ball to left. And that will retire Unser 1 away. Here's Eddie Leone. 6-10, another catcher chance, this time a 15. 4 and a 15. It'll either probably be a pop foul if he doesn't make an error. And a 9 on a 1. Nope. So 15. PF. Runners on base. Yep, just a foul out to the catcher. So Leone pumps it straight back into foul territory, and Ratliff throws off the mask and makes the play. Makes the catch for 2 down. And here's Alex Johnson. 1-11. Ground ball back to the mound. Parsons throws over to first, and that will retire the side. We are through 3. 1-0 Indians. And due up for the Brewers. Back to the top of the order, Auerbach, May, and Briggs. And here's the pitch to Auerbach. 2-5. Ground ball to second, and Leone retires Auerbach 1 away. And here's Dave May. 4-5. And against a lefty that's off the base of the wall and into second with a double is Dave May for the first hit for the Brewers. And they will have to hold on May or else he'll get the jump. May stole 11 bases but was caught 13 times. But he will not be going anywhere. -1 for Perry, -2 for the -3 for Fossey's arm, so -4. And then another 2 for being held on. Actually, they might not even need to hold. Well, they would because he'd get the automatic jump. So he'd be down to a -6. So he'd be 1-9 or nothing if you go off the second rating. So they will hold him on, which I will check to make sure who is responsible for that if that happens. And Havoc roll. 2. So we get to roll the white die to see if it's a block or a pass ball chance. 6 would be pass ball chance. Fossey has a pass ball chance of 4. And it's a 14, so no pass ball. And we'll go on as usual here. Here's John Briggs. 4-12. First base chance. That is 4. Chambliss. 3 and a 6. He is not responsible for holding this runner on second base. No. So that would actually have been the shortstop. So first baseman, 3 and a 6. So this is a G3, so he would advance if he doesn't make the error. And an 8 for Chambliss. E11. And there is an 8. I don't know if I can get the camera on this real good here. E11. There is an 8. So a G3, E1. Yep, just... And Chambliss boots it. Going to third is May. And reaching on the error is Briggs. And with one out, they will play the infield back. Ooh. Yeah, they'll play the infield back. Here's George Scott. Havoc roll. Nothing there. 1-9. Fly ball to left field. And this will be a chance. Oh boy, Alex Johnson. Probably not a good chance. May starts at a 16. There's no reduction because he's not moving first to third or anything like that. So he still gets the +2 at 18. And then Johnson's a +2, so you can only cap it at 19. Anything but a 20, and the Brewers tie the game. And just in ahead of the tag. Nice attempt by Johnson, but couldn't quite get it there. And he will score. And I believe Briggs gets to go to second on that play. So, yeah, he does. So, 2 down. Runner on second. And here's LaHood. 1-3, popped him up. First baseman Chambliss makes the play, and that retires the side. So that run, we'll put that as unearned. Okay. But the Brewers do tie the game on the unearned run. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. All right, and here's Greg Nettles. Struck out his first time up. And Nettles, that ball is hit deep to right field. Going back is Voss, and he leaps, and that ball is gone. Stadium cheers. Yay! As a 1-8 chance. That's a 7. So Nettles puts the Indians back ahead 2-1. Here's Chris Chambliss. And 5-7, and he struck him out. 1 down. Here's Ray Fosse. And 1-8, that's a pop-up to the second baseman. And Theobald takes care of that. 2 down. And here's Buddy Bell. 1-6, popped him up. The shortstop, Auerbach, squeezes it, and that will retire the side. But the leadoff homer by Nettles gives the Indians a 2-1 lead. And Perry will face Voss, Ratliff, and Theobald here in the top of the 5th. Here's Voss. 3-5. And that's into the gap, and cutting it off nicely is the center fielder Unser, holding Voss to a double. It's a 1-5 triple chance, but once again, runner in scoring position, but this time nobody out. And here's Ratliff. I'm going to play the corners in. They would think about bunting here, but not a chance. They will not hold Voss on. Havoc roll for Perry. Ooh, 1. If it's a 1-7, then Voss goes to third. No, that's a 14. So nice stop by Fossey. And here's the pitch to Ratliff. And struck him out. Here's Theobald. And nothing on the D20. That was an 8. 2-8. And that's outside ball 4. And the Indians will now be expecting a bunt from Parsons. He is an A bunter. I'm guessing most pitchers in the 70s bunted pretty good, actually. So we will now go to the sacrifice chart. All right. So that will bump Parsons down to a B bunter. And all I have to do is roll 2d6s. So I will not use the Havoc roll on any bunts. Although, actually, I will. Just in case, to see if anybody prior to a bunt would advance. Nope. Okay, so Parsons squares around. And an 8. And that's a good sacrifice. Oh, I got to remember to roll the lead die for where it goes to. That's a 4. So this one will go, first baseman will say he just tags out Parsons. Moving up to second and third are Voss and Theobald. 2 outs. And back to the top of the order, here's Auerbach. Chance to give the Brewers a lead here. 3-10, and he will, as that ball will get over the head of the center fielder Unser. In from third is Voss. In from second is Theobald. 2-run double. And just like that, the Brewers take a 3-2 lead. And those runs will be earned. Here's Dave May, the center fielder. And the Havoc roll. And 1-7 for a wild pitch. No. 4-5. And that's a 19, so that will get up against the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Auerbach. He will score back-to-back doubles, and it is now a 4-2 lead for the Brewers. Here's John Briggs. 3-4, pops him up. Whoops, 4, we'll just play that as the Havoc roll. Pops him up to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. But the Brewers get 4 here in the 5th. And lead 5-2, so that equals the number of runs they scored in the real game. And here's Parsons facing Duffy, Perry, and Unser. Here's the pitch to Duffy. 3-7, fly ball to center. And Dave May takes care of that one away, and here's Gaylord Perry. Grounded out his first time up. 3-3, ground ball to third. And Scott takes his time and throws out Perry, 2 down. Here's Del Unser. And that's a second base chance for Theobald. 17 will be good play. Ooh. 10 and a 14. No 14, so good play by Theobald. Retires Unser, and that retires the side. And through 5, it's the Brewers 5 and the Indians 2. Perry will face Scott, LaHood, and Voss. Scott is 0 for 1 with a sac fly. And here's George Scott. 1-8, struck him out. So down for the second time on strikes is Scott. That is strikeout number 4th strikeout for Perry. And here is LaHood. 5-8. Second base chance for Leone. 14 will be good for his range. And 13 on an E6. Good play by Leone. Throws out LaHood. 2 down. And here's Bill Voss. Voss is 1 for 2 with a double. 3-7, and he draws a walk. So second time on base for Voss, and he will not be held on. Here's Paul Ratliff, the catcher. Havoc roll for Perry. Nothing on the 15. 2-6, and he struck him out. And that will retire the side. Go to the bottom of the 6th. Indians trail 5-2. And Parsons will face Leone, Johnson, and Nettles here in the 6th. Third time through the order. Leone is 0 for 2, top of the order so far, top 3 in the order so far, 0 for 7. Two 9, and struck him out. Here's Alex Johnson. 4-4. And against a righty, that is a shortstop chance. That is Auerbach. 3 and a 14 will be okay. And E32 and a 10 should also be okay. Yep. And so shortstop, Auerbach throws out Johnson. 2 down. And here's Greg Nettles. 4-10. And against the lefties, struck him out. So 1-2-3 inning for the Indians here in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Theobald, Parsons, and Auerbach. This will actually be the point of weakness inning coming up for Parsons, so we'll see where he goes from there. Perry will come back out. Looks like he'll probably get through this inning, and that might be it, because I know this is 1972 baseball, but it is opening day, and he's already faced 25 batters in 6 innings. So, all right, here we go. Here's Theobald. And line drive right to the shortstop, and Duffy puts out his glove, and look what I found. Here's Parsons. 0 for 2. Actually, 0 for 1. Ground out in a sacrifice. And a 110 struck him out. Sixth strikeout for Gaylord Perry. And here's Rick Auerbach. 6-7, and that's a ground ball to third. And that will retire the side. Stretch time here at Municipal Stadium. Indians trail 5-2 at the old ball game. All right, and here is Parsons, his point of weakness. This is his point of weakness inning. He'll face Chambliss, Fossey, and Bell here in the bottom of the 7th. And we're pretty much just going to replace, if Perry has to come to bat, we'll replace him. Or if not, he'll be probably replaced in the top of the 8th. 2-6. Popped him up, the second baseman, excuse me, as Theobald makes the catch, 1 away. And here's Ray Fossey. 3-12, struck him out. And here's Buddy Bell. 0 for 2. Three, 7. There's a base hit for Buddy Bell. And here's Frank Duffy. Doubled and flew out in 2 attempts. They will not hold on Buddy Bell. Five, 7. And he is not tired. So that is a fly ball to center. And making the play there is May, and that will retire the side. And we are through 7. 5-2 Brewers. And this will most likely be Perry's last inning because he is leading off the bottom of the 8th. And they will probably use a pinch hitter for him. And here's Dave May. For 9 against a lefty, struck him out. Here's John Briggs. Six, 9 against a lefty, shortstop chance. 12 for Duffy will be okay. Yep. And Duffy is an E18. E18 and a 12. There is no 12. So Duffy throws out Briggs 2 down, and here is George Scott. To 6, and that ball is ripped to center field, and into second with a double is the Boomer. And they really love to get this final out. They will hold on Scott. And here's Joe LaHood. .110. Ground ball to first, and Chambliss steps on the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Going to the bottom of the 8th, there will be defensive changes for the Brewers. George Scott will move from 3rd to 1st. So put that. Where he's a much better defender. He's a 1 instead of a 4. And then, so he will stay in the game. But John Briggs will be coming out, and in his place will be Mike Ferraro, who is much better at third base than is a 3E21. Okay. So Briggs will come out. Okay. And Ken Sanders will be loosening up in the bullpen. More than likely, he will come on to try to close out the game in the 9th. Or actually, he might come on in the 8th if need be. And the Indians will get a pinch hitter for Perry. Tommy McCraw will pinch hit for Perry. And he will lead off the the bottom of the 8th. All right, and here's McCraw. 5-11. And against the lefty, ballpark single. A lefty at 12 will just sneak past the first baseman, or actually past the shortstop. And McCraw leads off with a single. Here's Del Unser. They will hold McCraw on. He will not go anywhere down 3 runs. Here's Del Unser, 0 for 3. Top of the lineup has done absolutely nothing tonight. Or this afternoon, I should say. 2-8. Oh boy, all the hits in the 2 column. He found the ground ball. They'll get McCraw on the force play, but Unser will reach on the fielder's choice, 1 down, and he will be held on. Here's Eddie Leone. Five. Not tired for Parsons. He's given up 2 out of the now 4 that he would need. No, 2 out of the 4 that he would need. So that strikeout is good. That is 5th strikeout for Parsons, 2 down. And here's Alex Johnson. One seven, ground ball to short, and that will retire the side. We will go to the 9th, and we'll get a pitcher replacing Perry. It's Danny Riddleberger. Come into the game. And he will pitch the 9th for Perry. You will face Voss. We'll get a pinch hitter for Ratliff and Theobald. Okay. Here's Voss. He's doubled and walked in 3 attempts, in three appearances. And Riddleberger, a lefty, so probably should have taken Voss out, but 4-7 against the lefty, struck him out. And Ratliff will be replaced. Ellie Rodriguez will come into the game and pinch hit, and he will catch for Ratliff. This will probably mean that Sanders is going to come in. All right, here's Ellie Rodriguez to face Sanders. With 1 down in the top of the 9th. Or to face Riddleberger, sorry. Rodriguez against Riddleberger. 6-8 against a righty. 1-19 single chance. The 12 will get the job done. And so Ellie Rodriguez is on with a pinch hit single. Here's Ron Theobald, and we will get a pinch hitter for Parsons on deck. Here's Theobald, a walk in 3 attempts. 6-4, ground ball to second. They get Rodriguez at second, but the force at first will not be in time. Theobald will not be held on. And pinch hitting for the Brewers is Tommy Reynolds. I believe he was a former Met in '67. And so that will definitely mean that Sanders will be loosening and coming in to try to close it out in the 9th. All right. Especially you want him against the lefty, since he does not hit right-handers well at all. All right, so here's Tommy Reynolds, 2 down here in the 9th. 5-7. And good move. And that's a single. Going to third is Theobald. Pinch hit single for Tommy Reynolds. And here's Rick Auerbach. Auerbach is 1 for 4 with a double. 6-10. Center field chance. Oh boy. Unser, a 2 and a 2. And that will get down. Let's see if he compounds the error here. a 5 and a 14. There is no 14, but that will get down for Auerbach. Scoring from third is Theobald. Moving to third is Reynolds. And it is now a 6-2 game. Leave runners on first and third. I forgot to do the havoc rolls. 13, no havoc roll. All right, here's Dave May. Forgive me if I'm not doing all the havoc rolls. I'll get it better as the replay goes on. 6-5. Against the lefty, that's a 1. And that's a base hit. That will score Reynolds from third. And moving up 90 feet is Auerbach. Now 7-2. And Sanders is actually being told to have a seat. And Frank Lindsay and Earl Stevenson are now loosening in the bullpen. Actually, I believe Sanders and Lindsay. And Riddleberger gives up another hit, will be considered tight. Actually, no, because you have to get the third out. All right, here's Mike Ferraro making his... Actually, hold on. May singles... Okay, yes. Ferraro making his first plate appearance since taking over for Briggs' spot in the order. 4-11, 1-12. Oh, that's 1-6 single chance. That's an 18. So we'll call that a line drive to the second to the shortstop, and that will retire the side. The Brewers get 2. And leads 7-2. This will not be a save situation for Sanders, but he will come into the game anyways. Try to close this out. Nettles, Chambliss, and Fossey here in the bottom of the 9th. And a 1-7 ground ball to first. And George Scott takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire Nettles. 1 away. Here is Chris Chambliss. 4-9, and against the lefty, that ball is hit high, that ball is hit deep, and that ball is out of here. 1-20 on the ballpark home runs. So Chambliss, of course, has he actually has weak power against lefties, but he has normal power against righties. So that ball is out of here. That gives the Municipal Stadium crowd something to cheer about, as it is now a 7-3 game. And here's Ray Fossey. One 7. There's a fly ball to left. And LaHood makes the catch to retire Fossey. 2 down. It's up to Buddy Bell. Last hope for the Indians. Five, 2, 1-13 single chance. That's an 11. So base hit for Buddy Bell. They will not hold him on. Here's Frank Duffy. .310, struck him out, and that's your ball game. Final score from Municipal Stadium: Brewers win this one 7-3, and be right back with the line score. Okay, final line score. Brewers 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Indians 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. That error was actually very costly by Chambliss as it did lead to a run. Gaylord Perry's your loser. He went 8 innings, gave up 4 runs, only 3 of them earned. 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Your winning pitcher is Parsons, and Sanders will just mop up in relief. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please, if you can, leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. If you have not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos. And whatever games you are playing, please enjoy them to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.